I read I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman, and these are my thoughts on it. The idea of I think it's 39 women being trapped together in confinement without us knowing why, any rhyme or reason why it's happening, and them being of different generational age gaps, I feel like really helps show how different generations of women deal with trauma, and especially something as trauma and confinement, and how they create their own society in and of themselves. I thought that was really interesting because humans naturally will do that. And so hierarchies begin to be naturally created, like the elder women were the elders and people who the young women look to, except our main character. And I really liked our main character because I loved her stream of consciousness way of thinking, and how she desired to know more and to explore, which is natural for her age. And even though the women were denying her that information for years, it never stopped her from pursuing knowledge for herself. The concept of time. Our main character begins to track time by her heartbeats, and it creates a whole nother system of how to tell time for the women. And I was like, that's brilliant. I do believe this book is literary fiction, which is my favorite kind of fiction to read, that and horror. But I think Jacqueline really captured just how a society of women in extreme circumstances will function extremely well. I liked our main character. I do think the book could have been at least 40 pages shorter because I understand why some people felt like it was just redundant. And I do believe that's the writer's intention, because she wants to show us how redundant and slow and boring this existence of there is. They don't even know if they're on the planet Earth. Let me know down below if you think they're on another planet or they're just somewhere on Earth in confinement. It's giving they're in Utah at this point. But I think something that Jacqueline did that was interesting, at first I didn't really care for it, is when it comes to the women forming relationships, eventually they do end up partnering, coupling off. And I wondered why she didn't do that with the main character, to see how she would function in this relationship, which instead of having the concept of a patriarchal system, is, matriarchal. But it shows us how she's grown up in this system of everything is just what it is. She grew up in confinement, and then when she was free, everything was just this vast emptiness, and they had to create life and a society and enjoyment for themselves. And so she's